When you were born into this world, there wasn't anything that made you feel imperfect and made you feel like you weren't 100%. There was just perfection everywhere. There was just love, simple love. So there wasn't anything that made you feel imperfect. There was just this boundless sense of being everywhere. This aliveness, this space. And it didn't feel like it belonged to the baby. There was simply space, and the baby didn't know who or what it was. There was just everything happening. Fresh eyes looking at this world. And the baby didn't believe it existed and that it had a life. It was just experiencing. And there wasn't a separation between the experiencer and the experiencing. It was perfection, completion, no center, or love, whatever word you call it. You can see it when you look at a baby. And then this seed came in. Christians call it the original sin. This sense of being, existing separately. And who knows at what age they came in, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. A tiny little seed came in of being separate from everything. And when separation happens, there's always a sense that there's something wrong, there's something out of line. And then that gets projected onto the world in itself. This story grows, there's a seed that there's something wrong. And it begins to grow. It looks to find validation for that. There's something wrong because I'm not good, because I get angry, because I cry, because I don't do well at school, because my mother's sad, because it rains. Whatever it might be, I'm not rich enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not slim enough, tall enough, skinny enough, fat enough, big enough boobs, blue enough eyes, dark enough eyes, whatever it might be. I don't have a big enough car, my nails don't grow, my clothes are wrong, my hair is wrong. It's like it begins to suck in why there's something wrong with it. And really what's wrong is the separation, but it begins to look in form, in the flow, to find out what the problem is. And then it tries to complete itself, so it tries to have the most perfect nails. I love my nails. Most perfect clothes. I love the way my hands are, because this is what you look at all the time. This is what's important. your bracelets, your hands, your wrists. So then it tries to do things to overcome that. So having the perfect nails, having the perfect eyes, or perfect home, perfect looks, perfect dog. It's so simple, the problem. The seed begins, I'm imperfect, and then it looks for its perfection. It keeps looking everywhere to find its perfection. And this is where the whole suffering game is. It's not so much in what you are or you aren't. I remember my teacher told me that when I was awake, I would no longer be clumsy. I'm terribly clumsy. And that I would no longer be dyslexic. That this would recondition itself. I'd no longer be clumsy and I'd no longer be dyslexic. All these things. There's bullshit. I'm still all those things. Maybe I'm not awake then, in his category. We often get sold by people that it's about becoming something better than what you are, and it's not about becoming something better than what you are. It's about seeing the absolute celebration that you are. That the imperfect story that you've been sold isn't true. You are divine just as you are. Just as you are. The freedom is that there is nobody experiencing this. There is only love experiencing itself. This is wholeness experiencing itself. This is emptiness appearing as fullness. This is the freedom. The freedom isn't about becoming something better than what you are. It's about being as you are. And on the human level, in order to grow, you can have the light concept or the idea on the human level. In order to grow and evolve in the world of things, you can always improve yourself and you're always open to improvement, but that improvement doesn't equal completion. Completion is your nature. But I think that's a nice way to live, to always be open to improving yourself, to stop any arrogance. But knowing that the evolution of you isn't the evolution to enlightenment. Enlightenment is inherent in every single thing. But it's like life has set up the perfect dance. It's put the seed in, saying, I'm imperfect. I have to find my perfection in this world. And really, the perfection is, you don't have to find it in a thing, in something separate from you. What you're looking for has always been here, always is this. This is total freedom and total love. Pardon me. It's an expansion back into everything. And at the same time, an emptying now out of somebody experiencing through these senses. There is only sensation happening for no one. There is no one that's experiencing this. So right now there is this radical aliveness that's free. This presence that's only here. It's not found in a particular sensation, a particular thought, a particular behavior. It's found in what's happening. Whatever is happening. I had this most amazing dream last night. It was such a beautiful dream. I had a dream, my reoccurring dream is, or has been, but not for a long time, but when I was growing up it was of an aeroplane crash. I grew up on the Heathrow flight path, and my town, the aeroplanes would turn over my town, and so often as a child when I'd be looking up at the sky, I'd be watching the aeroplanes turn, and it always just amazed me that they turned and they didn't just fall out of the sky, because they're going on their side, turning to go back to Heathrow. And actually when I'm in an aeroplane and it does that, I can often see my parents' house. Or used to, I can't now. They used to live on a lake, so I could see where the lake was. Now it's just too hard to find my parents' house. Oh yeah, and the dream. Sorry. And anyway, so I had this dream last night that I used to have a recurring dream often of seeing aeroplane crashes, and last night I dreamt I was on the aeroplane and it was crashing. And I was listening to music. It was something like Ben Howard Everything, which is often, I have a playlist that I really like, and I often listen to it when I'm on the aeroplane, when I'm taking off. And we were landing and it was very obvious that the aeroplane was crashing. Like it kept falling a lot and then sort of trying to go back up and then going on the side. And it was obvious that the pilot wasn't in control of the aeroplane. And the body was experiencing fear. It was so real, this dream. The body was experiencing fear, but there was absolute peace in it. And I know that sounds like a contradiction to you, because you've always been told that negative emotions are the problem. So being upset, being angry, being scared, even in spirituality you're told that that's the problem. But there was such peace, even as the airplane was crashing. And there was fear and adrenaline. It's in the experience. What we project onto enlightenment is normally actually what we want our lover to be, our partner or our friend to be, what we want this person external to us to be, what we want ourselves to be, what we've lacked from people, what we've lacked from this world. And we see it as qualities. No matter how wise we are, when we're separate, we see it as qualities. And we project those qualities onto people. So I'm sure I get lots of qualities projected onto me. But it's nothing to do with the qualities. It's to do with this I am, this beingness, this sense of presence. This is home. If you're going to project anything on me, that's the thing to project. And it's love. That's what it feels like, as love. But it's so vast and spacious and empty, this love. It's not personal love. What often happens is people can hear what I'm saying and they're beginning to resonate with it. A sensation of love comes up and then they think they love me or they're in love with me. I used to do it with my teachers as well. And immense sexual energy sometimes gets released with it as well. But that's not it. But you can use me as that to remind you of yourself. But just be very conscious that that love that you feel for me is your nature. You're seeing your nature in me. It's so beautiful. You don't even ever have to have the lover. You are the lover. The lover is just a gift. The lover is a gift. Isn't that beautiful? Just a gift. I think that we've got lovers all mixed up in this world. It's all to do with security and having kids. You know, marriage, the reason the marriage was invented was about the transference of inheritance. It was about selling the woman. By transferring the inheritance to that family. If you actually go and look up what marriage was and where it came from, you'd be surprised. It's about sale of the woman. Sorry, people that have got married. I have nothing against anyone that gets married. In our society it's trying to be broken and it's like about being in love, but I still think it all gets screwed up in people's heads because they haven't dealt with what it meant. They're still in that mentality of the person that they're in love with not being just a gift that appears in the moment, but being survival, being your love, your comfort, your security, your friend, all these different things. And then I think it strangles love. It takes the initial love out of it.